your boy, it's your boy Cletus here. Go and teach some of y'all
So late.
Check this out.
Hey, Cletus.
There it is.
Are you guys?
Roblox. It's just that one website that most people on this earth at least vaguely know about nowadays, whether that be from YouTube videos.
Hey guys, today I'm gonna be giving you the top 5 reasons why I hate noobs.
How does this guy have 800,000 subscribers? It's a random Twitter post about how some guy decided to scam a child out of $20,000 US. Oh no, my goodness, it's horrible. That's so sad, and I don't use Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I don't use it. I don't use it. Or, as some may call it, slump games. Games that grab your attention and drag you down a hole of flashy colors, overly simple mechanics a baby could learn, and overall, child gambling. Roblox themselves even promotes these games across their website due to the insane amount of money that falls into the hands of their creators. However, not all Roblox games are like this. Every so often, you find a game that decides to not use child gambling and not drag you down into the depths of flashy colors. These games are also decently common and are featured across the website. What if there were games on Roblox that actually pushed boundaries? What if there were games that didn't follow the status quo of Roblox games inside Roblox? What if there were games that didn't even feel like Roblox games? These games obviously were very fun, but now they've seen the popular, so it's how games are paid for to see. I'm going to be talking about one of those games today. It's a fighting game, team versus team to be exact. It's not as popular as some of the other games of its genre, but it is genuinely amazing nonetheless. You may or may not have heard of it before. This game is amazing. Everything about it is just so close to perfect that it begs you for more. And guess what? There's no game passes. No, I can see them. Boy, can I see. There's no dev products. Correction, there's actually only one dev product. One dev product. Just one. Not two. Not three. Not four. Not 5,000. Just one. Oh, and some donations. I don't know what you wanted. No gambling, no child exploitation. This is a Roblox game. It doesn't even have enough players to be considered one. It doesn't even have the feel for a Roblox game. This is TF2 and Splatoon. I have never played either of those games in my life. I should probably get to playing them. This game has so many things to go on about, even though it has so little players. Seriously, why does this game have so little players? The gameplay is being improved day after day. The models look like that one Minecraft animation pack someone made, except Minecraft is classic Roblox and this is the animation pack. The music is... oh my. And guess what? There's Roblox! This game is actually pretty good despite being so low in player count. However, you may be asking, well, why is it so low in player count? To answer that, you're gonna have to bear with me through the first few parts of this video, or you could just skip to the timestamp. The reason I say this is because this question requires an entire section about why the game is so, well, unpopular, so to speak. There's a lot of upsides, like what I've mentioned, but there's also a lot of downsides in this game. The game could have an entire community, sure, but that doesn't change the fact that something is holding it back. Something that the gameplay can be boiled down to a couple main things. Characters with some strategies included, and rounds. After you finish the tutorial, which is essential to play, mind you, and head to Funny Car to play the beginner servers, you're pretty much thrust into unknown territory with giant maps, possibly skilled players, and more than likely no idea what you are doing. Because of your insuperior fighting knowledge and pea-sized brain, I must educate you on a few more things before you begin, one of them being characters. Squeaky chair. Yeah, this is the longest part of the video, so there will be a second part going more in depth. If that part shows up on your screen, you can click on it if you're interested. Characters are very useful for this game, yet also extremely chaotic. And if you haven't noticed, the characters are all based off of classic Roblox gears. Sword for the Link sword, Banhammer for the Banhammer, Slingshot for the Slingshot, Coil for the 4 coils, and Subspace for that one thing we all loved 5 years ago. Good times. Since I was shorting this part due to time constraints and overall stupidity, here are the main things of note. And one character, for example, Sword, Swallowed. Swallowed. At first base, technically not first base, we're only doing one of these guys, but first base, for whatever reason, we have Sword. Sword is the beginner character. If you want to do anything, you have to know Sword. Now, if you did the tutorial, you should know that fighters have 5 main attacks. Left mouse button, M1, right mouse button, M2, Q, E, and F, your finisher. And yes, everything that has F in it is now a PH, except your attacks, because fighting is just like that. Now, Sword's attacks in order with common strategies are these. A slash, I don't really have to give anything here, it's just a slash. Spinning projectile slash aimed where your cursor points, which can be used from far away to begin an attack, or to be used in combos. A leap of faith into the air, usually used upon escape from a player or to finish them off. A lunge in the direction you are facing, used as a move to catch runners or to jump into a fight. And a tiny sword projectile that, when dropped, will explode shortly after in a wide radius, which is to be used in large crowds. That's your finisher, by the way. It's your little finisher. Now, these abilities may seem kind of easy at first, but every character in this game also has a passive. If Sword gets enough hits on another fighter, the sword in the middle of the screen will glow red. By pressing R, you can go into secondary mode. This secondary mode gives you 3 choices, M2, Q, and E, all of which are now upgraded, and yes, I do challenge you to learn these on your own. This allows for tricky choices and even trickier situations, as you can only use one ability before the sword bar is reset. Sword is pretty much a frontline character focused mainly on melee with just a little bit of range for a little bit of elasticity in battle. This is pretty basic compared to most other fighters, but his Q and E provide him with some momentum-based attacks that can allow for good and also bad combos for him to use, proving that he does need some skill to function, despite being easy character to usings. Okay, now on to the honorable mentions. Honorable mentions is the part where we talk about some characters that are important to note for your experience. We're excluding 2 of them, mostly because I might do a video on that later, but so let's go over some of them. Skateboard is one of the hardest characters in the game, and if you want to play him, you need to learn what tricks are, how to execute them, and learn the other characters too. Yeah, he's pretty difficult. Katana and Banhammer are big tanks, who are very useful for killing a bunch of people and holding on to the point during Conquer, which we will get to later. Slingshot is a bit difficult to understand due to all the combos you have to do in order to survive. Maybe? I could be wrong. Slingshot could be easy and I just have a skill issue. Hyper Laser is a sniper and is either good with practice or not. Scythe is very... I can't find the word. Elastic? She has 2 modes, Scythe and Rifle, which can be cycled through based on distance other than random and 2 uses. Medkit gets targeted. Medkit gets... I can't say that. Medkit gets targeted. Medkit gets targeted and must lay low, but also help his team. Fine Staff is probably one of the easiest healers to use. And finally, if you can ever learn the insane difficulty of Coil, you can become an absolute beast. Time to go beast mode. The characters are very chaotic in this game, and a little unbalanced, but that's kind of okay. Learning the characters, also learning to use and fight with their strengths and weaknesses. If you ever do want to play this game, I do suggest reading the information on a character before playing them. This is most useful in the main center of fighting, Crossroads, where no fighting rounds ever occur. Speaking of rounds, this video is not even finished yet, and I only have 2 weeks left. I gotta go quick, even though this is wasting my time, and oh my goodness, everything is horrible. The rounds in this game give you a lot to work with. There are game modes, bonus rounds, and many maps for you to hate, and also love. A lot of the maps even have some strategy to them to aid in your win. Certain types of characters also work differently with certain game modes. With that out of the way, I can begin an explanation. Let's first start off with game modes. In Conquer, you need to capture a point. Whoever captures it for the longest wins. In addition, Escort is like Conquer, except the point moves, and the system in which this moving point works is all out of whack. Finally, we have Annihilate, where you need to kill a specified number of players to win. Certain characters like Banhammer, Katana, Subspace, and most AoE-based fighters can do a number in a Conquer round, as they can chase away the other team by sheer force. In Annihilate, movement-based fighters like Sword, Rocket, Slingshot, and Shuriken work really well, as they can quickly kill players and get away with it too. For something like Escort, any ranged fighter would probably do a decent job, as most people usually focus on the point and not the other people located on a building several kilometers away from your location. These game modes give you a way to be smart when choosing characters, unless you are one trick, or someone who knows one character and cannot do anything except play that character. How dumb can one person be? Despite this, choosing different characters in different game modes can help you get the upper hand in battles and defeat your enemies more easily, I guess. Rounds themselves function in 3 phases. The 5 minutes marker, where every round starts. Everything is pretty normal here, so there's pretty much nothing of note that we haven't gone over or haven't said so far. Next is the 1 minute marker, where you're finally reaching the end of the round. During this portion, the charge for your finisher quickens. You then have the chance to go into overtime, where the losing team is now catching up to the winning team. Whichever team has the most points will have an advantage, because when they get enough kills or even step foot on the point, a counter counting down from 10 will appear, meaning the losing team has to catch up quick. After 3 seconds, the timer will be set to 7 for any other time they arrive at that higher mark again. Same as 7 seconds in, the timer is set to 3, and finally, the round is over. Bonus rounds are mostly self-explanatory. They can give you more money and more XP, both of which having their uses in the game. The bonus rounds can either feature a 13x bonus or a 66.6x bonus, which is very rare and very climactic when both teams are actually competent enough to fight. These bonus rounds also have special challenges during the 1 minute mark, the 7 swords. This is part of the lore, so we will get into that later, but once you reach that marker, a certain number of the 7 swords will arrive to the battle and bombard the arena with fire pillars, ice bombs, zombies, Mr. Fling, and a lot more. These are the most climactic parts of the entire game, mostly because many buckaroos are online, and I mean a bunch of crazy stuff happens. There are many maps in this game. There are so many that if I went over all of them, this segment would take up 90% of the video. So instead, let's talk about the basics of most maps. Let's go over positive things first. Maps like Bread Factory and Protect Telemon have a very wide open area to fight for the point and conquer, giving momentum-based characters some leeway. Most Annihilate maps like Nuclear Whales have very high places for ranged fighters to be unspotted and guarded, and a lot of maps like the Roblox Bank, Underground War, Roblox City, and Roblox HQ have hidden or alternate routes for flankers to attack from behind. These maps are pretty well made, not just in layout, but in their vibrancy with environments and colors suited for their theme. But then you have this map. Roblox HQ generally sucks, there's nothing good about it. High places? Oh sure they're there. You just can't shoot anyone unless they're on basically the same level as you. Spawn protection? Let's just have a few random office separators down, I'm sure it'll be fine. Map expansion? Buddy, I could shove this map into the Roblox arcade over 3 times before it would even be considered hard to fit in. Open space doesn't seem to exist either. Look at this. Look at it. I just saw so many people with my M2. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. These maps can be varied in quality, but most of them have the basic things marked down. High places, open spaces, and easy aces. So the gameplay is a lot to take in. It's crazy that we are only at the tip of the iceberg because there's so much more to this game than what I've discussed. I may have spoiled a bit much in the process, but I'm not about to waste the hours of my life I spent writing that trying to undo it. I hate myself.